Tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. It's a brand new dance and we about to go live. Tighten up, Nashville, rep the 615. First you tighten 2 steps, step to the right. Then you tighten 2 steps, step to the left. Blue jerseys everywhere, game face, yeah we got it on. Sticking out our chest, beating on it like it's King Kong. Countdown, it's about to get rough. Here come the train, y'all. Tennessee, tighten up. Tighten up, let's get tightened up. Tighten up, let's get tightened up. Stick it on my chest, beating on it like it's being cold. Stick it on my chest, beating on it like it's being cold. Tighten 2 steps, step to the right. Do the tighten 2 steps, step to the left. Stick it on my chest, beating on it like it's being cold. Stick it on my chest, beating on it like it's being cold.
Good evening, Titan Nation, or good morning to some of y'all, whoever sees this. Welcome into another edition of Titans in Truth. I am your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer. We are finally back on the air. I want to apologize to everybody for the delay. Got in a little late yesterday. Had to go work out and things like that. Got in a bit late, so I wasn't able to record last night as scheduled. Would have recorded earlier, but I had some problems trying to make sure I could go live here on YouTube, but it looks like I got that straightened out. So back on it, back live, and we got free agency frenzy going on. If you took a look at the thumbnail picture for the episode, there's a big event that I'm helping to do coming up. I'm going to tell y'all more about that later, and that tickets are available for that. So I'm going to tell you definitely more about it. And what first thing you need to do is definitely spread the word. Share this show out, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter. You can tell everybody on Instagram. You can @ Titans_in_truth. You could do it on the TNT Enforcers page. If you're not on that page already on Facebook, join that page. Join that page. You can follow. You get a lot of content and everything on there that I may not put out on my regular page or things like that. Same thing with Instagram @ Titans_in_truth. I'm going to put some stuff out there tomorrow on that page specifically. And also Twitter @ TNT Blue Enforcer is the Twitter page. Definitely. And I got a lot of stuff coming up with the draft going on too. So definitely get with me on that. And again, I apologize for being late tonight, but hey, we're going to have a good show anyway whenever you see this. So if you're late to the party, you didn't miss a thing. But let's go ahead and let's definitely go ahead and get started with the show. Got a lot of free agency to talk to as you know, yesterday officially began free agency. You know, you had the tampering period on starting Monday. You had the legal tampering period. And then, of course, Wednesday was the official start of the league year. So the league year is officially on and popping. And your Tennessee Titans have not disappointed so far. They have come out the gates swinging. And the first thing that they did, one thing I think a lot of Titan fans are happy about, the Tennessee Titans re-signed one of their own, Kenny Vaccaro. They re-signed him to a 4-year, $26 million deal, $11.5 million guaranteed. Kenny Vaccaro was ecstatic. John Robinson said that this was a priority, that he was one of the primary targets, and he's a guy that they wanted to bring back, and they were able to. And Kenny Vaccaro seemed ecstatic about coming back. He said, he was talking to Amy Wells, I believe, today after his press conference, and basically said one of the main reasons that he wanted to come back, of course, the success of last year, and also he got all the love and reaction from Twitter, from a lot of fans on Twitter, basically wanting him to come back, saying he did great, glad that he came in for us, and he felt that love. He really felt that love, and that's what brought him back to the Tennessee Titans to a 4-year deal. He earned absolutely every single penny that he got on that deal. He earned every bit of it. So I am definitely liking the Kenny Vaccaro signing. Another signing that happened, they signed a slot wide receiver in Adam Humphries from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 4 years, $36 million, $19 million guaranteed. Now, this was a great story because this is a guy who not only went undrafted, he was a guy that he earned his spot on the team in a tryout, basically. This is after, the draft and after, undrafted free agents were signed and things like that. He ended up getting a tryout, and John Robinson basically beat the drum for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was the director of player personnel at the time, basically beat the drum saying, we need this guy on this team. And he has some amazing stats from the slot. He's one of the best from the slot in the league as far as catching passes, as far as yards after the catch, converting first downs, and things like that. And that's something that the Titans desperately needed. And I mean, he's in an elite company, and he's up there with guys like Adam Thielen, Juju Smith-Schuster, guys like that who have done major work from the slot. And that's going to be his primary job here in Tennessee out of the slot. He's going to be a reliable weapon for Marcus Mariota going forward. I went and looked at some film of him, and this guy's as sure-handed as I could believe. Because, it seems like he always finds a way to get open. He finds, a soft spot and gives an easy way out for either Fitzpatrick or Winston. And I think he could definitely do that for Marcus Mariota in a make-or-break year with that. So definitely with that. And also what was crazy, he agreed in principle to the deal with the Titans on Monday. And then on Tuesday, the New England Patriots, who they outbidded for Humphrey's services, tried to come in the back door at the last minute and tried to up the ante, thinking that he might be able to break him away from Tennessee and make him sign with the New England Patriots. That was a story coming from, I believe, the Patriots beat writer. But Adam Humphries never wavered, and basically said, hey, I made a commitment to the Tennessee Titans. I'm excited to be a Titan, and this is where I belong. So he stayed committed to us. Loyalty already, which I believe he's going to become an instant fan favorite because of that alone. So welcome to Nashville, Adam Humphries. Another guy, and this is one of my favorite signings that the Titans have done so far. They bring in free agent left guard Roger Saffold from the NFC champion LA Rams to the tune of 4 years, $44 million, $22 million guaranteed. And a lot of these deals are guaranteed, but they're basically made to where they could get out of it after some time. So, and it won't be no huge hit against the cap. None of these are back-breaking cap numbers either. So Roger Saffold comes in, will immediately go into left guard with Taylor Lewan, and this guy is a man. Oh, man, I tell you. This guy, zone blocking scheme, will work hand-in-hand with Taylor Lewan, and he, basically came in on the press conference today, looked quite dapper, and basically said, I'm here to help us. I'm here to help us get over the hump. I'm here to help us win. I'm here to help us make a deep playoff run. We're here to win Super Bowls. So he, comes in. He blocked big time for Todd Gurley. The Rams like to run a lot to the left side. And so I think the Titans are going to run a lot to the left side too. And he said, our job is to not only protect Marcus, but open up holes for Derrick Henry to bust through and things like that. So this was a big-time signing, and I think this is probably going to be the best signing of the four so far. And I say four because I want to say late Tuesday. Because Monday was Kenny Vaccaro, Adam Humphries. Of course, they re-signed David Llewellyn as well to a one-year deal. And Tuesday was Roger Saffold, and then in the early evening of Tuesday night around 6 o'clock, got a 3-year, $23 million deal with defensive lineman Cameron Wake, formerly of the Miami Dolphins. $7.5 million guaranteed. Basically, it's about a 1-year, $8 million contract. So if at some point they want to get out of the contract next year, they're not on the hook for anything with Cam Wake. So, the only problem I have with this signing, I think it's a great signing because, even though he is 37 years old, he still seems to have a lot of tread on the tire. The guy takes great care of himself. Doesn't miss a lot. Hasn't missed a lot of games. I know last year he missed a few. He still had, I want to say he had still 6 sacks last year, even though he had some limited play. His snaps got cut down. But this guy, he knows how to get to the quarterback. And that's something he can help teach Harold Landry, Sharif Finch. If we bring in another pass rusher, which I think we will. Cameron Wake definitely is going to be he can pay great dividends going forward for this team. So we're going to definitely see if he makes a pass this year as far as being an effective pass rusher. He may not be an every down pass rusher, but I think he'll be definitely more than just a situational guy. So, I know it's not Justin Houston, the guy that everybody wanted, but this guy is still one heck of a pass rusher. Yeah, forgive me for that. So, definitely I like where we're going. I like definitely where we're going. I like what we have. And it's going to be good. I like all of these picks. These are very, very solid picks. I think definitely what this means, is Kenny Vaccaro shores up our secondary. Adam Humphries, we don't necessarily need to pick we necessarily don't need a wide receiver in the first round or nothing like that. So, give me just a second. Yeah. Okay. But we definitely don't need to draft we definitely won't need to draft a wide receiver early on in the first round. We can wait on that. We can definitely wait on that. And I'm trying to see if I can bring up my comments, but it looks like I'm not able to. So I apologize for that. If you have comments, I'll read them. I will definitely read them off air, and I'll respond to them with that. So I definitely like the signings. I think, obviously, wide receiver isn't as big of a need as we originally thought. Pass rusher, I think, is still a need, but with that 19th pick, we're not slighted to one position. Offensive line, same thing. I think we'll still pick another interior offensive lineman, probably in the second or third round, but that's something that's not of the highest priority either. So at 19, honestly, we, could go anywhere, and I'll talk more about that later as far as draft. So those are my thoughts on our picks. I like them all. So I think it's a B. I think it's a B plus, solid as far as what John Robinson has done so far. And still looks like we will probably have somewhere in, north of $20 million left in salary cap that we have. And, we still got to take care of Kevin Byard. Derrick Henry's contract's going to be up. Marcus Mariota, has got to be re-signed as well. So, I definitely think there's still more work to be done. Definitely could shore up the middle of the defensive line. I think could be something that could be done. Another wide receiver possibly could come in. I don't know. But, we could be very flexible going into the draft. So next I want to talk about some of the moves. Landon, and this affects the Tennessee Titans in a major way. Landon Collins, 6 years, $84 million deal with the Washington Redskins. I want to say, and I might be wrong on this, let me confirm that. I want to say it was like $50 million guaranteed, I believe. I'm gonna pull that up as far as I'm gonna get some info, so give me a second on that. But that wasn't even the biggest deal of the day. And like I said, I'm gonna get to that. Let's see, I'm trying to bring that up. But that was a big deal, definitely. with him getting a major deal done. I mean, a very major deal. So he got that deal. You had C.J. Mosley getting a huge contract, 5 years, $85 million with the Jets, around $17 million a year. A loser in free agency, in my honest opinion, Le'Veon Bell only signs a 4-year, $52 million deal with the Jets. And the thing about this deal is that if you remember with Pittsburgh, he had a 5-year, $70 million deal on the table with Pittsburgh, which would have been $14 million a year. He turns that down, turns down the franchise tag, $14.5 million, decides to sit out the entire season, and then accepts this deal, 4 years, $52 million, which is about 13, maybe 13.5 million a year, which is less money than he was offered in Pittsburgh. So, instead of getting around $70 million a year, he's only getting $52 million. So he lost roughly close to $18 million by sitting out and betting on himself. Le'Veon Bell lost in that deal. So I just thought that was a major loss. And I'm trying to pull up the Landon Collins deal, and I apologize for the delay of that. But I mean, it's ridiculous the kind of money that's being thrown out. Along with that, I mean, you had also Nick Foles. That was a dumb deal by the Eagles. 4 years, $88 million. 40 years, $88 million by the Jags. And it wasn't dumb that they signed him. That wasn't the dumb thing. It was the fact that they gave him $88 million, nearly paying almost $22 million a year when there was really nobody else. There was really nobody else betting against them. So, he basically bet, they were basically fighting against themselves and, ended up giving him that major money. They could have saved a lot of money with that, but, it is what it is. And, I'm trying to get that. Let's see. And it looks like he's going to end up, the Washington Redskins blessed him with wearing number 21. And a lot of people will remember who wore number 21 for the Redskins in the past. That would be the late Sean Taylor, big safety. And of course, Landon Collins said it would be an absolute honor to wear that number. And so it looks like he is going to wear number 21 of Sean Taylor. So I'm sorry I couldn't bring up the stats on the deal, but 6 years, $84 million for Landon Collins. Nick Foles, 4 years, $88 million. Trey Flowers with the Lions, 5 years, $90 million. $56 million guaranteed. That is crazy. The Ravens getting Mark Ingram I believe it was a 3-year deal for Mark Ingram, if I'm not mistaken. And then Earl Thomas as well getting signed to the Ravens also. The Packers double dipping in pass rushers, stole a couple of guys that the Titans were looking at in the Smith brothers, Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith. Zadarius getting 4 years, $66 million. And I believe Preston Smith, I got 4 years, over 50-something million. I can't remember the exact amount, but both of them got paid tremendously. So I just thought, Packers just double dipping in pass rushers. That might be something that we need to do, because there is a certain pass rusher that wore number 50 that used to play up in Kansas City that's still available. So, there are still some good players left out there. Tyrann Mathieu getting 3 years, $42 million with Kansas City. And, of course, that led to them cutting Eric Berry from the Chiefs now. So, the Chiefs defensively are majorly depleted, even though they got Tyrann Mathieu. They lost They cut Eric Berry. They cut Justin Houston. They traded D Ford. They franchise tagged D Ford. I believe D Ford never signed the franchise tag, but they traded D Ford to the 49ers. And then I think the 49ers signed got him for 5 years, $87 million contract extension for D Ford. So now he's with the 49ers. And I believe they gave up a second-round pick. They gave up a second-round pick in this year's draft. So D Ford definitely going to the 49ers, but that was not even the biggest news of free agency. That would be the trading of Odell Beckham. You know, Antonio Brown, of course, got traded. We talked about that. OBJ getting traded. Antonio Brown getting traded to the Raiders. That was official. And from what I heard, he was late to his own press conference. Surprising, not. But the big news, OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., traded from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns. I guarantee you that is not a joke. That is real. Traded to the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Giants will get back the Cleveland Browns first round pick, number 17, in this year's draft. Also a third round pick in this year's draft. And they get Jabril Peppers, the safety from Michigan, as compensation for the trade. And I mean, dare I say, the Cleveland Browns are a joke no more. They are no longer the laughing stock of the NFL. Right now, they are the darlings of the NFL right now, because everybody is now talking about the Cleveland Browns and that they could be very, very dangerous. And I agree with that. They could be a problem. And not only have their Super Bowl odds went up, I believe from 75-1 to 50-1, or it might even be 30-1, I can't remember. They have a strong case to win the AFC North now. They could be a team that wins the AFC North next season. I mean, take a look at what they have. Myles Garrett, Sheldon Richardson defensively. On offense, they are stacked offensively. A pretty decent offensive line. I forgot defensively, you have Sheldon Richardson, Myles Garrett, Olivier Vernon on that defensive line. Now, offensively, they've always had a good offensive line. They gave up Kevin Zeiter to the Giants for Olivier Vernon. But I mean, they have the offensive line. They got Nick Chubb. They got Kareem Hunt, Baker Mayfield at quarterback. They got Antonio Callaway. They already got Jarvis Landry, and now they bring in Jarvis Landry's best friend, OBJ. I mean, you got Oklahoma going to LSU on either side of the field. So Cleveland Browns are going to be a problem. And, you know, Teron Davenport, beat writer for ESPN, said it best himself. He's like, we play the Cleveland Browns on the road next season. He like, MMCMB, y'all gonna have your hands full with this. So, I mean, you know, Butler's probably gonna have to cover Jarvis Landry on one side. Adorie's gonna have to try to cover OBJ on the other side. And Logan Ryan's gonna have to cover Callaway in the slot. So, and then not to mention David Njoku is a pretty good tight end as well. So they are stacked offensively. If nothing else, the Browns are going to be something to watch next season. I already put a prediction out over under 2 primetime games for the Browns. I think they're going to get at least 3 primetime games now. And don't be surprised if one of them is on Sunday night. Browns probably are going to be on Sunday night because they're going to be the sexy team now. So, great pickup for the Browns. Bad moves for the Giants. I know they're panicking in New York right now. So that was one of the biggest stories of free agency so far. Of course, today saw some stuff with Golden Tate getting signed, 4 years, $37 million with the Giants. So that might help them a little bit in replacing OBJ. Some other things, Clinton Dix signing a 1-year deal with the Bears. So, he's going there. And I mean, those are just some of the major picks. Tavon Austin going back to the Dallas Cowboys. Those are just a few of the moves that I saw recently. Again, today, Adam Humphries, Roger Saffold deals made official. I got a text from Tehran earlier tonight. The Cameron Wake deal, nothing really to worry about. That should become official by Saturday. So that should become official with Cameron Wake. And then he'll be officially in the building as well. So, definitely some good things coming. Going forward with the Tennessee Titans. We'll see what more moves they make. I hope maybe they still consider Justin Houston. I think that might be out of our price range now. I still want Danny Shelton. I want Danny Shelton bad for the middle of our defensive line. Tim Jernigan could be another option. Excuse me, as well. Muhammad Wilkerson, definitely. So, I mean, there's still some good players out there that the Titans could sign to bring in, but I like where we're going so far. J-Rob is just not sitting on his butt waiting for, other teams to do something, then we do something. Maybe he's been a bit reactive, but he's been proactive in reacting and making sure he makes the best deals for his team. So I definitely like that. So what is next for the Tennessee Titans now? Now, that the big first wave of free agency is about over. Next week probably begins the second wave, smaller signings. We'll probably get a guy in here maybe on a 1 or 2 year deal, something like that. Maybe get some camp bodies in here as well, all over the field. So I don't know what will be next. Ty Smith, I forgot about him, got re-signed to a 1 year deal. So to bolster the depth of our secondary, he could be our 5th corner, definitely. So definitely like that. Where do they go in the draft? I mean, with the 19th pick, they could go anywhere, in my honest opinion, at 19. I doubt Montez Sweat will be there at 19. DJ Metcalf, even though I don't really think he would be a good fit for this team, he's not going to be there. A guy like Cleveland Farrell may be there. Brian Burns might be there. Definitely as a pass rusher. Christian Wilkins, I think, definitely is going to be there. Or Dexter Lawrence, the 2 defensive linemen from Clemson. And speaking of that, Mike Vrabel, and I'm pretty sure John Robinson was there as well. They were at Clemson's pro day today, and Mike Vrabel was putting Christian Wilkins through defensive line drills. And he was the one that was really going hands-on with Christian Wilkins. And also, I believe somebody was tweeting, I can't remember who it was, so I can't tell you how accurate this was, that he spent some ample time off to the side having a conversation with Dexter Lawrence. So that could tell you that Vrabel could be wanting John Robinson to lean towards Christian Wilkins or Dexter Lawrence at 19. Now, I think Christian Wilkins will be the guy at 19. If we trade back, Dexter Lawrence could be a guy that is in the middle of that defensive line. I would really like that pick. Either one of those guys would be terrific picks at 19. Another direction they could go is offensive line of the interior. Garrett Bradbury from NC State could be there at 19. And, I mean, one team that could have been a threat to get him was the Carolina Panthers at, I believe, at 17. No, at 18 was the Carolina Panthers. But they just signed Denver Broncos center Matt Paradis. So that takes them out of the running for Bradbury. Now, the Giants might go after him at 17 because they have 2 picks in the first round. I believe at I want to say at 6. I want to say at 6 and at now 17. So Bradbury could definitely be an option for the Giants. But if he's there at 18, if he's there at 19, I wouldn't mind Garrett Bradbury on the front of our offensive line. Bradbury at center. You got Saffold on the left. You got Saffold at left guard. Taylor Lewan at left tackle. You got Jack Conklin at right tackle. And then you can either move Ben Jones to guard, cut Josh Klein, or you could keep Josh Klein at guard and cut Ben Jones, and you got Bradbury there. He will be a starting center for the next 10 years, and that shores up your offensive line right there. I would hate to have to be on the left side of that, so defending on the left side of that. But I would say Bradbury, Wilkins, or Dexter Lawrence or Cleveland Farrell could be good pickups there. I know that there's a craze for one of the Iowa Titans, whether it be Noah Fant or TJ Hawkinson. And I mean, what's crazy is that the Iowa tight end love is real. That is a real thing. I thought it was fake. You know, Austin Stanley of A to Z Sports, big time supporter of that show, he loves TJ Hawkinson. I mean, he has a man crush on TJ Hawkinson. Definitely. Noah Fant's not a slouch either. TJ Hawkinson, a better, I think a better blocker. He's a very good receiver, but a better blocking tight end. Noah Fant is a better receiving tight end, but not a slouch blocking either. So, I mean, I don't think the Iowa tight end would be the sexiest pick, but, you know, Delaney Walker is coming back. He'll be 35, but I think he'll be fine. Jonnu Smith coming off injury. You still got Anthony Ferguson and Michael Pruitt. You don't have Luke Stocker anymore because he's going to the Falcons now. So, I mean, yeah, tight end could be a possibility, but I still think it's going to be a defensive pick, whether it be a pass rusher or interior defensive line. And I think the dark horse pick could be Garrett Bradbury on the offensive line. I think wide receiver, a lot of people are talking about that. That's going to be addressed in the second or third round, in my opinion. But I think defensive line, you could definitely get good defensive linemen in the second round if you go another direction. So I don't think we'll be hurting either way on the defensive side of the ball. But I think first 3 rounds could be pass rusher, defensive line. Another go the other way in round 2 in the interior offensive line with either like a Chris Lindstrom or Connor McGovern from Penn State. I forgot some other guy, Michael Dieter from Wisconsin. You got maybe a late round pick, Ross Perspacher from Alabama. Could be a depth guy. So there's a lot of ways the Titans could go. They could really go best player available if they want to and not hurt anywhere. So that's the kind of flexibility you want to have in this draft. So I think this could be a very good thing. It's going to be a lot of fun with it being here. Of course, I will probably start doing my draft coverage probably starting next week. What I'm probably going to do is go position by position with different players that I think could go for the Titans. As far as that's concerned, I will release my first mock draft strictly for the Titans next week. I will definitely do that. And then before the week before the draft, I will do and I may do this the first part of April as well, is my official first round mock draft of all picks. That's something that I think I'm going to do definitely the week before the draft, and I may do another one the first weekend in April. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely going to do a mock draft, maybe 2, but I will probably do a Titans mock draft every week. So be on the lookout for that. This is not going to be too long of a show. Definitely want to give a shout out. Definitely want to give a shout out to my man Tahir Ahmed. He's a Tennessee Titans enforcer follower, a Titans and Truth follower. I ran into him the other day at Starbucks. That picture is on my Facebook page. Ran into him at Starbucks. Really cool guy. He recognized me out of nowhere, and I had to kind of make sure I knew who he was. And then once I saw his Facebook, sorry about that, I immediately recognized him right away, and I just thought that was really cool. He paid for me and my wife's frappuccinos that we got at Starbucks. So I really appreciate you, Tahir. Thank you for being a big time supporter of Titans and Truth. I thank all of y'all for being supporters of Titans and Truth. Definitely. So I'm not going to leave anybody out, but Tahir, shout out to you, my brother. Thank you for being a supporter of Titans and Truth. And it was great seeing you at Starbucks. Definitely. But let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything that I wanted to talk about tonight. So bear with me for just a moment. Again, I apologize. I can't see y'all comments. I didn't have the top chat, the live chat put on there, but by Adam Humphreys. Let's see. Let's see. Doesn't look like nothing else I needed to really go over. Let's see. Of course, Tyrell Williams, another wide receiver possibility. He's in Oakland with the Raiders. They're going to sign him to go along with Antonio Brown, and they cut Jordy Nelson. So they cut Jordy Nelson today as well. So the Arizona Cardinals are going to sign Kevin White, the former wide receiver of the Chicago Bears, a guy that was a bust in Chicago. Really not his fault, mostly because of injury. Teddy Bridgewater got signed by, he's going back to New Orleans. He will be going back to the New Orleans Saints for a 1 year, $7 million deal. Also, Tyrod Taylor is going 2 years, $11 million to go with the LA Chargers. So I kind of hate we didn't go either one of those guys as a backup quarterback. So that might mean they stay with Blaine Gabbert. I kind of hope they don't. But we're definitely going to see about that. So I think last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, I have a big event coming up. Definitely a big event coming up. You guys are going to hear a lot about this as we go. Check the Facebook page. Check Twitter. Check Instagram. Me and my fraternity brothers of the Eta Beta Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, we are going to be hosting what we call Draft Night with the Sigmas, and this is going to take place. You saw the picture on the cover for this episode. It's going to take place April. This is going to be April 25th. So this is going to be the first round of the NFL draft. It's going to take place April 25th at the Nashville Urban Winery. And it's going to be from 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. So basically the first round of the NFL draft. That's when this is going to take place. It's going to be a great event. Tickets are $20 in advance. It will be $30 at the door. This event, there'll be a lot of places to park. This event is going to sell out. So you better get your tickets early. And what you get with that $20, you get food will be provided while the food lasts. That food's going to go quick, so you might want to get there early. There will be a lot of mingling with my frat brothers, also with a lot of other fans coming in. Wear your favorite team apparel. Wear your favorite Titans apparel. Definitely come with us. It's at 715 Main Street in Nashville. So it's not very far away from downtown. It's about maybe 5 minutes from downtown. Definitely on the other side of Nissan Stadium, kind of the the east side of the stadium. It's on the other side of Interstate 24. On the other side. So basically 5 minutes away from the stadium, 5 minutes away from the draft. You won't have to be in that whole crowd at the draft. There'll be places to park. You won't have problem with traffic. So it'll be easy to get access there. Like I said, there'll be plenty of food. The bar is going to be open. The bar is going to be available. We're going to have music, a DJ. I'm working on getting some guests, either former Titan players or maybe former NFL players from the Nashville area to come and join us and maybe even be a guest on Titans and Truth. While, of course, there will be a live broadcast of Titans and Truth while the first round is happening. So I will be giving you my thoughts on picks as they come in. Hopefully have a guest come on the show, talk a little bit about them, what they have going on and things like that. So this is a big deal, a big event that's going to be happening. So you definitely don't want to miss this event. I'm trying to pull up the flyer now. So give me just a second. This is basically, if you can see it from our Facebook page right there. So y'all can see that right there. This is from our Sigma Facebook page, as you can see. I am liking that right now. So as you can see, I like that. This is what it is, draft night with the Sigmas. So if y'all can see that, I'm gonna have the picture. I have the picture on the front of this YouTube episode, and so I'm also gonna make sure I put a picture of it on the comment section. It'll probably be my profile picture on this YouTube channel. So definitely go to the Facebook page. Is under the TNT Enforcers page. It'll direct you right to my Fraternity Brothers chapter page. So you can go directly to the Eventbrite. The tickets are on Eventbrite. They are $20 in advance, $30 the day of the event. The Eventbrite, the link is Draft Night with the Sigmas 2019 .eventbrite.com. So that's the link to get to that page to purchase your tickets. So they are on sale right now. So you can go get your tickets now. It's $20. You get food. There's the bars open. You're gonna have music. You're gonna have other Titan fans. You got a live YouTube show that's gonna be coming. This place is nice. They have a little grassy spot. We may have some cornhole or some cornhole or a game set up on that little grassy area. The outdoor patio is covered. It is nice. There's going to be a projector screen out there showing the draft, another TV screen. There we're going to have a DJ there. There's a couple of TVs on the inside at the bar. There'll be plenty of places to sit. I guarantee you do not want to miss this event. And this will be on the first night of the draft, and you still have Friday and Saturday to enjoy the draft experience. So come out and join us. April 25th, 5 p.m. to 10. Get your tickets and definitely join us for this great event. I will be talking about this all the way up until the night of that event. So definitely come. It's going to be a great time at the Nashville Urban Winery. So guys, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Titans and Truth. Make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. Definitely spread the word. I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of the night. And as the song goes, let's tighten the heck up.
Anyway, first down, come around, we bout to shut them down. We bout to knock them hands, bout to shut them down. Titan fans stand up, we bout to shut them down. They all up in our house, we bout to shut them down. Shut them down, shut them down, shut them down. Titan, shut them down, shut them down, shut them down, shut them down. We gon' shut them down. Tighten up, let's get tightened up. Tighten up, let's get tightened up.